Hello. This is Neville Gallimore from the Dallas Cowboys, and I want to give a major shout out to Mike Tag. Keep bringing the hype to the Cowboys Nation. We love and appreciate it. Now, can you dig it? Let's get it.
What's up, Cowboys Nation? What is up, Cowboys Nation? The season is starting, man. This is it. We're so close. We're so close. And the only thing that makes me upset is my man Kelly K9 ain't feeling too good. So hopefully you get better, one, by game time. But more importantly, we got some business to take care of next week.
Yeah,
Are you there?
man, it's I might be sounding a little bit different, kind of got a little some, it might be my deep raspy voice, put on the little sexy voice for the podcast right here. But it's one of those things where the players come out there and they to talk about you playing hurt, you playing injured, are you hurt or are you injured? I'm just a little bit hurt, a little bit hurt, but that's okay. I'm gonna push through and go through because nothing is gonna stop me from getting ready for football to begin Sunday night in the Meadowlands, in New York, Dallas Cowboys, prime time football, all eyes on us. I mean, what a better way to start the season than to start out with some primetime football and a division rival at that.
Oh, and it's just like old times. It's just like old times. But unfortunately, we're gonna have a special guest coming on soon. It's hadn't been the good times for them, but maybe they think it'll change. So we're gonna have some good smack talk and we're gonna get things going. But more importantly, a couple things to get out of the way. Tailgate party's gonna be coming up at AT&T for the Cowboys Jets home opener. So make sure you guys mark it on your calendar. We'll watch us on Twitter, follow us on Twitter and Instagram because we'll be putting a location in. So if you're going to the game, you gotta stop by the tailgate party, right?
Yeah, it's there's gonna be a lot of tailgates out there. There's gonna be a lot of parties to go to, but if you want to come to the tailgate party, you're going to come see your boys at the Cowboys Cave tailgate party. You're going to come say hi, come get yourself a plate. There's going to be some good food. We're going to have, we're going to have some drinks. I know I'll come out there equipped with at least one bottle. I might have two since we're going out in the morning. Might have to have a breakfast bottle.
No,
bottle. So, I mean,
I talked to Cuts. Cuts by Jones is working the grill, so I told him, I said, you might be whipping up some breakfast, so maybe bring some eggs.
Yeah, I talked to him last night myself, and he mentioned he might have a little something special in the morning for the boys. You know what I mean? As we're getting that tailgate ready, because I'm sure not everybody's going to be out there at the ass crack of dawn like we are, setting up camp, getting ready for that game. But before, that's going to be great. Cowboys Nation, we all want you to come out to the tailgate. We want to meet every one of y'all and chop it up with everybody because that's always fun. Tailgating is one of my favorite things about football.
Yeah.
But before the tailgate and before we get, we want to talk about, we want to look too far ahead because we got something right here in front of us. Yeah. Right here in front of us, we have something so close you can taste it.
We're focusing in. We're focusing. Now, one last thing. I dropped something. Kelly, I didn't even tell you. So this may come as a surprise to you, and then we're going to definitely bring our guest in because we got a lot of shit talking to do. So we, for lack of a better word, we can't, we got to keep it real. But we have a special guest coming in next Wednesday. He's going to be live next Wednesday. He's going to be live in the cave. I gave a couple clues. I said he's a Hall of Famer, Ring of Honor, 11, 12-time Pro Bowler. He's on the 75th all-anniversary team. He's top 100 in the NFL. He is so many other things. Let's just say if you had a Mount Rushmore of Dallas Cowboys, I think this guy might be on there. And we're talking about Mr. Cowboy. Bob Lilly is coming into the cave. It's been confirmed. He's coming in next Wednesday. So we are pumped up. It's gonna be great to bring a legend into the cave in the history of the Cowboys, man. It just gets better and better. So I wanted to drop that and surprise you. I don't know if you knew, but
yeah. I actually heard from a little bird that we both have in common. That little bird tweeted to me a little bit. We got a confirmed guest today. I was like, that's what I'm talking about, Mr.
Yeah.
Cowboy Bob Lilly. And for those Cowboys fans, I know we have a very educated group there that tunes in to the Cowboys Cave. I know we got some fans that understand the history of the game and love the game, but for those of you that don't. And if you don't know who Bob Lilly is, you should know, and it'd be a damn shame, because if you love the Dallas Cowboys, you got to be a historian of it as well and kind of know the past to appreciate the present. And Bob Lilly is one of them dudes that was, he was the dude. Like he was, he like the Michael Parsons before Michael Parsons came. You know what I mean? And Michael Parsons just kind of scratching the surface, but Bob Lilly was the guy. Like he's the guy that like you said, Mount Rushmore at Cowboys. I don't think you cannot have Bob Lilly on there. Like no. Mr. Cowboy. Mr. Cowboy.
Ever pick of the team. So that's going to be coming. So make sure you guys check it. Now the pleasantries are, we're probably going to be stopping them there. So we've got a special guest coming into the cave, and I'm telling you, I found him on Instagram probably a year ago, and he does some great stuff. And then find out my man Kelly, you had a little interaction with him. You guys had a little Instagram. I don't want to call it a beef because it was all in good fun, but you guys were fun at each other. So that's what makes the rivalries great, and that's what makes them so special. But this man, he brings on great guests too. He had Tiki Barber, Leonard Marshall. The list probably goes on, on and on. So he does some great stuff for, unfortunately, the wrong team. What do you think, Kelly? You think so?
It's obvious it's for the wrong team, but we all know that. But me and him, we did have a little thing on TikTok. He followed me, I follow him. We're both kind of a mutual love, hate, respect type thing. You know what I mean? So like, I respect what these guys do. These other content creators, I may dislike their teams, but I respect what they do because I recognize passion recognizes passion. So I got that passion. You got that passion. Our next guest coming in, he got that passion. So, without further ado,
let's just bring him in. We're talking about
Let's bring him into the cave.
Man, the man, SneakyGMan, Steph. What is that? What do you got there?
Oh, I was just on the way to go, boo boo, but I had to bring my favorite toilet paper.
Man,
I can hold it for you guys. I'll hold it for a little bit.
You guys around for about 5 years now, but we're going to get into it. But more importantly, first of all, let everyone know, because even if you're a Cowboys fan, you got to love good people who create great content. And Steph, he's one of them. So let everyone know where they can find you.
I appreciate it. First of all, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. Sneaky G. Man, I'm going to say this very, very humbly. You could Google me and just follow me where you see me at. I'm obviously I'm all over YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
So I think I even still have my MySpace. I think I still have that.
I had MySpace. Now before we get into it, I just want to say, Steph, he reached out to me like a year ago. Great. And we had a great conversation. And he said, hey, man, I want to have you on the show. And I said, man, I'll do your show. Man, I'd love to do your show. And he said, but I got one problem. He goes, you hadn't really watched all of my show. I said, well, I've seen bits and pieces.
Well, no, I said, you might want to check my show out before you come on. So I do have a podcast Tuesday, Thursday nights, make it count, the Sneaky G podcast. It is a New York Giant podcast. However, people come on and we have an honest conversation about their passion for their team. It could be the Cowboys. It could be obviously the Giants, the Bengals. I think someone was a Dolphin fan. But after everything is said and done, and it's kind of like an unwritten rule, you have to say the outro, and I'll let you guys know what the outro is after the show. So,
well, no, I'm going to say
during the show,
people to understand, because I actually talked about this on my show, and I think Kelly and I talked about it. He has something to the effect of where when you leave, he wanted me to say "Go Giants out." Was it
what? It was let's go Giants out, and it's kind of like it's the outro that I do. If you guys follow me on all my videos, I do that on pretty much every single video, and it's kind of turned into this mantra, if you will. So even people call me out when I don't do it on a video. They'll be like, you didn't do your outro. Yes, I know I didn't, and I love it though. It's a good it's a good problem to have.
It's a great outro, but you got to understand, you got to respect the hype, and he did. The hype man ain't saying let's do it out there. You're gonna clip it, and you're gonna end up. I'm gonna be doing some hype videos. Say, hey guys, look at this Cowboys fan. Your hype man, the guys you guys love to watch the videos. Look who he really likes, and ruin me. I couldn't let it happen.
So the beauty is, so when people and everybody, even Cowboy fans, it doesn't matter what team you are a fan of, they still say it. Now it is on YouTube, and I don't, out of respect for them, respecting the show, if you will, I don't tag it and then put it on my, on my Instagram or see what this Cowboy fan is doing. Yeah. They're showing their love for no, I don't do that. But I do leave it on YouTube for people to see if they want to see it. But the shows are like 4 hours long. Yeah. So
it's probably hard, but I mean, it would be, Kelly, could you do it? Are you going on a show to do that? Could you possibly handle that? Or
well, here's the thing, man. I drop my videos after the game, and I still got people. I had people for that Christmas Eve game. I had Eagles fans retweeting that shit for like, I don't know how long, man. Once they made it to the Super Bowl, they was trying to retweet it. And they made that video blow up like months later. I'm like, man, this was Christmas Eve. It was for the division. Like I was still, I don't care, man. I was still hype about that. But yeah, no, people definitely will not ever let you live things down. I lost a bet one time to a buddy, and I had to put on a Broncos jersey and say the Broncos rule and the Cowboys suck, some shit like that. It's still on Facebook and still gets retweeted or redone every year. He does that video and he reminds me that I did that, and I have to just sit there and walk all these people like talk smack about me because they know how big a Cowboys fan I am, and I don't even make bets like that no more.
So ironically, I lost a bet to a high school friend of mine who's a Dallas Cowboy fan. And I had to purchase a Dallas Cowboy hat, wear it, make a video, say he was right, and then send it to him, all on my expense.
Oh wow!
So yeah, so there is a video floating around with me in the Cowboys hat, and I even had to sing the Eagles. Excuse me, I had to sing the Eagles "Fly You Will Fly" song because again.
That'll never happen.
Yeah.
That'll never happen. It ain't happening.
But I did that with the guy eating, because I don't Google it. You can not Google, YouTube, Philly fan eat horse shit. After the Super Bowl, there is legitimately a Phillies fan eating horse shit. So I did that with the picture in the background. So he got what he wanted, but I also got what I wanted at the same time.
Oh, man. Well, let's get into it. And I'm going to put the number up. I know sometimes you guys get a little shy. You don't want to if we start, piquing your interest and you want to call in and be part of the show, you could definitely call. But I'm the board op, so I got to do some things. So just bear with me. These guys will take.
Yeah, come on, Cowboy fans. Don't be scared. Yeah, go to church.
We got to handle that bit. So let's get into it. Let's stop being so nice. The Giants. Now I'm on record. I'm on record to say it was lightning in a bottle last year. Everything went right for them. The ball bounced their way, whatever way you want to use it. I think they're frauds. I don't think they're as good as their record was last year. I think they'll have a losing record this year. I might even think they might fall behind the Washington, whatever they're called.
Oh
how can you how can you sell me on the Giants?
Wow.
What they have. Then let's talk. What do you want to start with, Kelly? Do we start with offense?
Oh, let's. Well, I want to hear what do you believe the strengths are? Start with your strengths. Let's start with the strengths.
Okay, so first off, our main strength is something that you guys don't have is a GM. That's our main strength. Joe Shane, this is year 2 in his plan, and now we're starting to trickling in his guys. Okay, this was his draft. This was his free agency signing this last offseason. So the fact that we have a GM that are putting the right players in place, that are making the right trades, Simmons, in place,
good trade,
making things happen. It's all gonna come together. Now I'm gonna agree with you, Mike, on on something a little bit. Now, of course, obviously, no, we're not frauds. We played the games, we won the games, we earned the playoff game, and we won the playoff game. However, as a true Giant fan, as I am, what we need to do and this is how I rate or I grade our team, is that we have to beat you guys. The fact that you sweep us last year and the year before that is freaking ridiculous. And I'm sick and tired of it. I'm going to be honest. I'm sick and tired of it. And the fact that, I know you Cowboy fan base want to talk all the heads you want to do. We're like, Dak is, 10-0, which is not true. He's 10-2 against us. It's the fact that we treated our head coaches and GMs like iPhones. We were getting new ones every 2 years. So now that the fact that we have some stability, we coming.
Now, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I know you said that they swept you last year and the year before, but also the year before and the year before and the year before.
No, not 2020. No, not 2021.
You're counting. Maybe
okay.
It's a win, right?
You're right.
It's a win. Right. Oh, because Dak wasn't there.
Right.
Okay.
You're right.
Because Dak wasn't there. I get it.
No, but
they still played though, right? They still played.
Yeah, you know what?
Okay.
Here's what I'll say. I will say this. Look, in terms of the whole GM thing, I would say, to your point, I would say this with the Cowboys. I would say that we have not had the success in the playoffs that obviously Cowboys fans expect to have, and we obviously want to have. We're not sitting there pumping our chest over getting division wins and shit. Obviously, it feels good to beat a division rival.
Yes,
it feels good to beat a division rival, but that's not what I'm not basing my success at the end of the season. At the end of the season, I'm not looking back and going, it was a success because we swept the Giants. That's not, or we swept the Eagles. We can sweep the whole NFC East. If we don't win the Super Bowl, I don't give a shit. But I will say this: Will McClay has built a great team. This team is young. This team is young and been built through the draft. Will McClay is the GM, the de facto GM. Like, Jerry still gets to do his stuff and say his things and whatever he wants to do. But Will McClay has built through the draft, and the Cowboys have a proven track record when it comes to the draft and what they've been building. And then in this offseason, they actually went and did some things that they haven't been doing before. They had weaknesses, and they went and they made trades for those weaknesses. Weaknesses at the cornerback position, they upgraded with Gilmore. Weaknesses, and then weakness on the Gilmore, and I'm blanking on the other thing. It's Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks on the wide receiver. I'm sitting the NyQuil.
We don't have Noah Brown anymore.
But yeah, I'm just saying they made some moves this offseason that they typically hadn't made in years past, where they've gone out and made some things. Usually in free agency, Cowboys fans are pissed off because we ain't made no moves. But this year they did. They got better, and it was not by just way of the draft. It's by way of not only the draft, but also utilizing free agency. So I would say Will McClay has done a pretty damn good job for the Cowboys in talent acquisition through the draft.
Well, I want to say this. I don't know what part of the country you guys are on, but in TikTok and Instagram land where I'm from, you Cowboy fans brag about winning a hat every freaking year. And I mean the division. Although y'all didn't win it last year, y'all get so excited for a hat, and I'm just like,
the Eagles.
No. You got those young buck Dallas Cowboy fans that haven't seen their team win because they're under the age of 30, and they want to brag about how they got five. No, you've never experienced a Super Bowl win with your team, and I love the fact that my son has.
Yeah.
Twice. Okay, well, he was born the first time, but the second time he probably remember. But still, at least he got to experience that.
I'll tell you this: I don't own not one piece of anything I got Dallas Cowboys says NFC East anything on it, because I could care less about. And if we win the NFC, if we were to win the NFC East title this year, I won't buy it. Didn't buy it year before last. Won't buy it. I don't buy that stuff, man. The only thing I'm trying to buy is Super Bowl gear. If they win the Super Bowl, damn right, I'm gonna fill my closet up. I'm gonna be having everything.
I'll tell you what. You know what? I'll confess. If we win, if we were to win a division, right? I'll buy the hat. I'll get the hat. I don't think I'd wear it, but I'd have it just to for a mementos. But I'm like you. I got to have these. And don't let us get one more. Don't let us get one more Lombardi. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, every Dallas Cowboy fan better shut their social media down. I keep saying it, when we tie you guys, when we have 5 and y'all have, well, actually we got 8, but we'll get into that
Oh
later.
my God!
But when we get the 5th Super Bowl and the 9th World Championship, it's a wrap.
Wow.
It's
Well, we got a caller. We got a caller. What's up, man?
Please.
What's your name?
Hey, what's up? This is Frank. I got to be honest. I think SneakyGMan's smoking the endo. But anyway, the Cowboys fan, he says that, we get excited if we just win the division, whatever. I mean, the Giants fans get excited when they win 3 games.
That's true.
Because it's been 6 freaking years. You're damn right.
Year out. You go down the list for shitty-ass quarterbacks, Dave Brown, Kent Graham. I mean, you name them.
Those are tough times. You got to admit.
Okay. Romo, Carter, and we can even say Dak right now.
Romo wasn't bad.
Oh
how many Super Bowls? That's all I'm saying. How many Super Bowls he got?
So
the closest thing he got to a Super Bowl with T.O. was saying, "That's my quarterback." That's the closest or Romo got to a Super Bowl. I'm sorry, I don't mean to overtalk the caller.
No, he's good. He said his piece, but the one thing you're talking about, we don't get excited with division. I'm just going to be honest with you. You got us confused with the Eagle fans. Now, the Eagles are flying the banner. They're going to fly the banner on opening day with their division championship, and I've never seen an organization more excited about participation trophies. Thing I'll give the Giants, I'm going to give the Giants. They are a great organization historically, one of the best in NFL. I mean, you talk about the pillars of NFL franchises, the Giants are right there. So I'm not going to hate on the history because the Giants have good history. What I would say is in today, and talking about the game now, what receivers do you? I'm just being real. Let's just talk offense.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell are the Giants going to be able to go toe to toe with the Cowboys' offense with their offense? There's no way. Their receivers. I was trying to figure out who the hell they were. I know you got Slayton Shepard. I don't know who Hodgins is.
Hyatt. Don't forget Hyatt.
You got Hyatt's a rookie.
Yeah.
You've got nothing. So answer it. Well, we got another caller, so go ahead and answer that with Kevin.
Well, I mean, you basically, you named it all without me pulling up the roster. I mean, first off, Slayton. I mean, he's the unofficial number 1 wide receiver. I don't know if you remember last year in Thanksgiving, he caught that bomb. I don't even know who it was. Was it over Diggs? I don't know who it was, the cornerback that he caught that bomb over. And of course, I mean, you got to throw in the mix of Saquon in there as well. And now we got Waller as a tight end. I mean, I think our offense is going to be quite potent this year, and our offensive line has a serious upgrade from last year. So I think, this week is going to be a really good game. It's going to be close. It's going to be a typical smash mouth NFC East game, and I'm frothing at the mouth right now, waiting. It's going to be like a 27-20 game Giants, of course.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's not my official prediction.
We're going to get that. But when we get a caller, we get excited because sometimes people are scared. But my man, Chris, now I don't know what side he's on. He might be rooting for you, but Chris, what's up, man?
Yo, what's up, Cowboys Nation?
Hey.
I just wanted to say, SneakyMan, we're about to destroy y'all, bro. All right? Say last year in close games, we beat y'all with Cooper Rush, bro.
Damn right. Say it louder.
Listen. Your defense takes too many chances. Your defense blitzes the most in the league. And I watched the Koya Media's breakdown on your defense. Y'all don't like having a safety over top, or even 2 at all. You like having your safeties come down the box and just having it free way downfield. You don't think Brandon Cooks is going to cook, or Brandon Cooks and CeeDee Lamb aren't going to cook your rookie corners, because he loves leaving his corners one-on-one. And that's going to be terrible for y'all. All right? We're going to destroy y'all. And see, we're going to burn y'all, bro.
I love it. I love it. Thank
you. I bet you do love it. False hope. Now, first off,
yeah.
What's your name again?
35-7.
Oh, Nate, he's being generous. Chris is being generous.
What? Okay, this is Chris. Chris, you need to go to church and find Jesus, because the first thing I'm going to say to you right now
man, I'm just
is in
back,
order.
bro.
In
We
order.
own
Hold on. I'll let you speak your piece. Give me like 10 seconds. You're going to have time. And I don't think that offensive line is going to hold. I'm sorry. That's what y'all did Thanksgiving Day, was hold
Oh, here
Thibodeau the
we go.
whole game.
Here we go. I knew they were
So,
coming,
and
bro.
then you
I knew
got
they were
Simmons on the
coming.
other end.
And
We
you
didn't even
promised
talk
the
about
Super Bowl,
Williams.
too.
We didn't even talk about sexy Dexy. I see Dex dancing all over Dak this Sunday, and I'm looking forward to it. And you could go ahead and say 35-7,
Andrew
but
Thomas.
hold on.
Andrew Thomas
Don't
gave us
blow me
the
because you don't know me. But hold on. Let me say
All
my
right,
piece.
let Sneaky G
Let me
finish.
say my piece. You say 35-7, right? That's what you say?
And being generous. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you over the age of 18?
Yeah.
Okay. That smells like a bet.
Oh.
Now, I'll tell you what. And I'm not. I ain't rich. Okay, I'll tell you that. We'll make it a simple.
Me neither.
I know, right? You got kids?
Huh?
You got kids?
Nah.
Okay, so you richer than me. So I mean, we could do, shit. We can even do like Starbucks or something. I tell you what, find me on SneakyGMan Instagram. Hit me up on my DMs. Slide in, and then hey, I will love to take you on those points. 35-7. I'd love to.
Hey, you can't. I mean, that's his prediction. If you're gonna bet,
He
you're
can't
gonna
be
go.
I'm not. I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying because I don't think it's going to happen.
But you got to give some odds. If he's saying 35-7,
No. If he says 30, no. If he says 35-7, and he sounded confident. He sounded confident. I know for a fact. I'm gonna be like Tom Brady. Oh, you saying we're gonna score 7 points? Yeah, no, I don't. I think it's gonna be closer than that.
All right. Well, we'll see. But Chris, I appreciate you calling.
Thanks for calling in, Chris. All love, man.
Yeah.
All love.
No, man. Well, when I don't think it's gonna. I think Dallas is gonna. I mean, we got Vegas insider Uncle Cheech who comes on the show, and I don't let him pick the Cowboys games because he picked one time against Green Bay last year. And I called him a jinx. So I said, Uncle Cheech, you're barred. I do never want to hear you mention the Cowboys out of your mouth when you're picking a game. But I got to think the spread is the one thing that's got me a little concerned. It's a little low for my life.
Yeah, you guys are like what, +3, and we're at home.
Yeah, surprising.
So I mean, it's so when I see that, I just say it's too close to call. I mean, honestly, I think it's too close.
Kelly, help me. I just don't see how you guys can score more than 14 points, 13 points. I just don't see your offense being that explosive.
We're gonna find out. In my opinion, what it's gonna be, man, is that I do think Dak will play good against that defense. I understand they do. You guys do have a pass rush that is worthy of some respect, but I gotta say that the Dallas Cowboys defense, though, I mean, I just don't think that your offense is going to be ready to go up against what I think at the end of the year is going to be top of the league in defense. I think this is going to be a number one defense in the NFL. If not, then I think they should be at least top 3, no worse than top 3 with what we have, the depth that we got across the defensive line, the linebackers, the safeties, the DBs, everything. Like, that defense isn't messing around, man. You got Michael Parsons coming off one side. You got DeMarcus Lawrence coming off another side. Sam Williams coming off another side. You got Oso Digizua. You got, Masa. It's just ridiculous the amount of riches we got on that defense. I just don't think your offense is going to be able to put up a lot of points on them. I think that y'all might have got a little bit better on offense this year with some of the guys y'all picked up, but I think it's going to take a little bit of time to gel. I actually think the second game when we play you guys down the road will probably be a little bit more of a competitive game. I think the Dallas Cowboys defense is going to be rolling in ready to go week 1 because I think that defense just don't really need time to prepare. They're going to pin their ears back and they're coming.
See, and I think that's where I would heavily disagree because, again, you're forgetting about who we have on. I mean, we got Panuck, we got McKinney, and they're going to be sitting back waiting for Dak to make a mistake, and it's just a matter of time. I could see Dak throwing the pick this game, easy.
Well, I would say in the respect to, I think the defensive line that you guys have, especially, with Lawrence Williams and, Thibodeau, it could be a problem.
And don't forget Dex.
Yeah.
And then we got a couple free agents too on that defensive front.
No,
that
the
front
defense,
four.
and you're talking Tyler Smith. You're not sure what's going to go with him. If he doesn't go, you're going to throw a rookie in there. So I think that would be one area of concern. So, but again, it goes to me, the offense. I just don't think the Giants have the firepower to go toe to toe if they need to score enough points to win. I think our offense has enough. But we got Mark on, and I'm just answering these calls. I don't know if he's a Giants fan, Cowboys fan. Who is this?
We got to at least get one Giants fan here. Go ahead, Mark. What you got?
This is Mark, Cowboys Nation, number one.
This isn't set up, Mark. What is your observation? You're hearing it. What do you think it's going to happen Sunday night?
So Sneaky G, so Sneaky G, Sneaky G will come to like.
Well, we got to get a better sales signal out of you, my man. Are you sure you're not a Giants fan?
You'd have that good Giants signal. What are you talking about? Definitely a Cowboys fan.
Mark.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Don't move.
All right. So Sneaky G, I like the confidence of the Giants, but tell me what you think are your top reasons.
Your top three.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. My top three reasons why I think we're going to win.
Yeah. I'm going to guess that's what he's saying.
Okay. All right. Good.
Correct me.
Top. I don't know why is the light flickering. I'm sorry, guys.
No, don't worry.
Top three reasons. Okay. Barkley, our defense, and Waller.
Now, Barkley, what has he done against the Cowboys in his time? I'm just asking as an observation. Has he ever done anything?
So as told, I haven't looked. But
he's done nothing.
What do you mean he's done? He has done nothing. He has done something.
Against Dallas.
Yes. Now, I want to say in 2022 he got injured, and he didn't play, and I think he was out this last game at Thanksgiving. I don't think he played Thanksgiving.
I thought he played all year last year, but I could be wrong.
No, I want to say he was out a couple games last year.
All right. I need
hold on. I can double check.
We got smart people in the chat. I need you to. I got my phone. I forgot to turn it on. We got smart people in the chat. I need you to let me know, Barkley. What do you think, Kelly?
As far as Barkley, I don't know that he's. I want to say. I mean, I know he's not a guy that's done a lot of damage against Cowboys in the past. We could probably Google that, but I mean, I would think that in my time that I've been watching him play, I don't know that he's had over 100 yards, but maybe once against the Cowboys, if my memory is serving me correct. I mean, he's not typically a guy that really is even when our defensive line was not all that great before the additions that we've got, some of the additions we got up front. And not a guy that was great. Now, I will say that when he's healthy, he can be a threat. He can be a home run hitter, but I mean, it's not a guy where when we go in to play the Giants, where I'm like, man, I'm scared of this guy. Waller is going to be a guy that I think will be a good addition, but I also think that we got a guy in Jaron Kearse who is I don't know if you've seen it, but Jaron Kearse was going at it with a Giants fan who was talking about Waller, how Waller was going to who was going to be able to guard him. And then, Jaron Kearse kind of did a little clap back on Twitter and was going back and forth with this Giants fan saying he was going to handle that. And I think he will, man. Jaron Kearse is a tight end killer. So I think we got the answer there.
I love the fact that I'm hearing from the Cowboys cave. Can you put that thing up where he said that I've never gone to a game worried about Barkley? Please put that up. I'm going to let Barkley know. And I'm not saying that I talk to Barkley on a daily basis. I don't have his info, but I got his Twitter and I'm going to add him on that because you're right. Don't worry about Barkley. Just overlook him.
39 yards in one game. But here, we got a caller. And who is this?
Okay, go ahead. What's up?
Well, now you're going to scare me.
What's up? This is Mike.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
What's up, Mike?
Well, what's
Hey,
your thoughts?
I agree with SneakyGMan, man. You got Barkley, you got Daniel Jones, you got Waller. I mean, they're no pushovers. I think they're going to run shot all over Dallas's defense.
Wow, you think
Do we got a Giants fan on here?
a Giants fan? You're gonna win a prize from Sneaky G, man. I promise you that. We got.
I'm gonna send you a $10 gift card to Walmart.
Hey,
No,
the Giants are due.
you're a Giants fan, so I mean, I made the assessment. I thought they're a 1-year wonder. I don't think they're going to replicate what they did. So you're obviously sold on the Giants. You feel obviously being a Giants fan, you're expecting big things from them this year. You think they got the firepower? You think they got the team that's going to be able to compete in the NFC East and against the Cowboys? And I'll even throw in the Eagles. Let's throw them in there.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike. Say it.
Absolutely. We picked up some good free agents on defense. I think Shepard could have a good year. I mean, Daniel Jones is very mobile. I think he's going to cause some havoc for your defense.
Yeah, go to Instagram. I'm gonna send you some Two Pride toilet paper. This is the best toilet paper. It tickles too. Just want to let you know it tickles.
I mean, your Cowboys fans aren't calling in saying nothing, so I got to represent.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a low blow.
Well,
and Mike, check this out. And they said they're not worried about Barkley.
Yeah.
They're not worried about Barkley.
Well, and here's the thing: we appreciate all fans calling in from both sides, even the misguided Giants fans. But I mean, come on, man. Am I correct in saying that Daniel Jones threw for 15 touchdowns last year? Is that correct? Is that a correct assessment of Daniel Jones? Did he throw for 15 touchdowns last year?
Yeah, but also he ran for 7. He ran for 7. Okay.
But 15 touchdowns. So that's less than 1 a game. I'm supposed to be scared of that?
Okay, but what you're supposed to be afraid of is the fact that the man took us to the playoffs with no number 1 wide receiver.
That was, I mean,
let's be real.
I'm not going to hate on you. And
let's be real. I mean, now touchdown. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I would love Daniel Jones to throw for 55 touchdown passes, 5,000 yards. But if he's going to have those numbers and less wins, no, I'd rather take the wins than a glorified stat. As a matter of fact, he had to have done something right to get his contract. He had to have done something right. And with the analytical specialties that I'll say that Shane and Dable have, because, I'm sure they had him on some type of metric to where he had to reach in order to get re-signed. So for them to be his number 1 fan, the 2 that he needs to impress, and for him to get paid the way he did. And I've always been Team Jones. I mean, the moment.
Really?
Yes. I mean, it sucked when Eli got replaced. I was on Eli, the whole season, even his final season, right? Before he retired, when he got replaced by Jones at Tampa, I'm like, well, now it's the changing of the guard. So I'm behind. I've never once said let's get somebody else other than Jones.
Well, let me ask you this, and I just a serious question: who looks more scared to play, Eli Manning or Daniel Jones? They both look scared shitless.
You know what? They both look the same. They both have that.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. That's the $1 million. I don't think they look scared. I think they look prepared. They look like what they're going to, how much damage they're going to put on that defense. That's what they're looking at. But I think
when he took that hit from Tank that one time, I wish I had.
It was bad.
Scared to me.
It was bad. Yeah, it was bad.
No, but Daniel Jones, you give him the big deal. You had no concerns. I mean, when Dak signed his deal, it was like all hell broke loose in Dallas. I can't believe he paid the quarterback this, that. I mean, was there backlash from Giant? Was there a section?
Oh, of course there was, but not for me. And of course, I think Dak and Jones, I mean, obviously they're in 2 categories because, I'll be honest, Dak is a damn good regular season quarterback. But when it comes to the playoffs, I don't know what it is. And I'm not going to say I hate it. But I think with Jones, Jones had the worst first 4 years of an NFL quarterback career than you can have. And finally now he has some sort of stability. and he finally got some good coaching other than Jason Garrett. I don't even know what that was all about when he came over for that
Thank you for taking him off
year
our
and a
list,
half.
by the way.
You know, and I'm going to tell you, that was Judge's project. I'm like, hey, if he must have saw something good, and the only benefit I had was if Jarrett was if we were to win a Super Bowl with Garrett as a offensive coordinator, that'd be a good dig at you guys. And obviously that didn't happen. So, and here we exactly the clapper, yeah, exactly.
Well, I want to get into it, but we have another caller. We
Yeah,
got another
go ahead.
caller. My man Falcon. Now he might be a Falcon fan, but my man Falcon is calling in. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, no, I'm a Cowboys fan all the way.
I know. I was just trying.
So
I was trying to suck him into it, man. You didn't help me. Go ahead.
I'm going to say this. It's going to be 35-14, Dallas over the Giants. Sorry, Sneaky, not sorry. You're trying to rep a state.
You ain't sorry. Come on, don't lie to me. Be honest.
For 325, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Pollard's going to get close to 100, 1 touchdown, and 1 pick six by your D. But my big thing here is, are you guys just trying to get every Cowboys player that you can on your squad? I mean, you got Cole Beasley on your practice squad now.
Damn.
Like, you're just getting every former Cowboys player up in there and being like, come here.
That was good. That was cute. That was really cute. That was really cute. I'm gonna say this. When they signed Beasley, I was not happy because I still remember that knee that counted for 2 legs.
Beautiful.
Shut up. No, it wasn't beautiful. It wasn't. But I still thought about that knee. And then the reason why we got him was because he was on Buffalo, and he was on Buffalo Dable. So no, we're not getting trash from the Dallas Cowboys. We're getting the trash from the Buffalo Bills, because we're getting a lot of Buffalo Bills player. And I say that jokingly, of course, because Feliciano last year, the center, he was not trash. He was actually a rock star, but still. So no, I was not. I'm not surprised he didn't make the 53-man roster. I am surprised he is on the practice squad. So
I was too.
Yeah,
I was shocked.
Trust me, that's not. I've been on record saying go to my YouTube, SneakyGMan, make it count. The Sneaky G podcast. There's many episodes where I'm like, I'm not feeling that.
Well, I'll tell you what, if for some reason there is, it's that season, flu and COVID season. If there's an outbreak, make sure you guys ask Cole Beasley what his opinion on that is, because I'm sure he'll be able to give it to you guys.
Yeah, and at the same time, we should ask Rodgers, and maybe he'll come clean this time and say exactly what he's doing. So, that's old stuff.
You want to say something before you go? What's up, brother?
I'm just going to say this one last thing before I let you guys go. Make sure that Daniel Jones, was that his name? Is that their quarterback? I can never remember his name because he doesn't really mean anything to me. But just make sure that he's going to be okay after the game, because Mike is going to eat. So just get him a doctor, get a physician on the line ready just for that game. I think that's his name, like I said, but I'm not 100% positive on it. But yeah, Mike is going to eat, so just be prepared for that, okay? Have fun with that.
All right, take care, brother. Okay.
Yeah, hey, I would say that was a good one, but I'd be lying to y'all.
Listen, you said, Mike, when you said Daniel Jones, he has that scared look.
He does.
Have you ever watched the Discovery Channel when that gazelle is looking they see the lion out of the corner of his eyes? That's how he's going to be looking at Michael Parsons all night long. He just like that gazelle.
Now, to be honest with you, I got to say, first of all, as a Cowboy fan, thank you. I want to thank you, SneakyGMan. I want to thank all of your GM and all your organization for passing up Micah Parsons and just.
I saw that on the comment. Yeah, I saw that on the comment.
Letting them come to us, And you got Kadarius Toney. He's probably lighting it up, but didn't you draft him?
Yeah, but actually, Kadarius Toney, don't forget, he got us Thibodeau and Neal, and then he also got us Waller and another draft pick. I can't remember who the other one we picked. So because of passing him up, we got 4 players. So you're welcome. You're welcome.
But we appreciate Parsons. That's been heaven sent for our team. So
absolutely.
Yeah, like I said, we got Thibodeau. We got and Simmons too. I can't forget about
And you like Thibodeau? I mean,
oh hell yeah, I like Thibodeau.
I liked him. I liked him out of college. I mean, he was one of the guys that I know Dallas was high on him. So
and Evan Neal. I think them two, Evan Neal and Thibodeau, are going to have an outstanding second year. Oh, I just can't wait.
Now, I got a question for you. What do you think about? I know Darren Waller is your big offseason, offensive addition. What do you give his chances of staying healthy this year? Because obviously that's been an issue. I feel like if he didn't have some injury concerns, that he'd probably still be with the, with the Raiders when they got traded. But so what do you think about that? You think he's gonna be able to stay healthy this year and put together a healthy team?
You would have to assume so. I mean, it's not. I mean, injuries. You and I both know it's part of the game.
It is.
It's not something that a player is going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to get injured this week,
Right.
and then I'm going to be out for 6 weeks. No, the best, the best thing a player could do, regardless of stats, is also his availability. And I know he got traded over here, and I don't know the whole situation with him and the Raiders. Is something that something about McDaniels and him. I don't know too much to kind of echo what was said, but I don't know if there was bad blood. But I'm glad whatever it is, we got him, and we're gonna use him. He's going to be a big key to our offense. So
yeah. Well, we got. I didn't mean to cut you short. I know you guys are handling business. I told you a little funky. We got some good calls. I got to say that I'm, a tear in my eye when I got this phone call and the person said their name. It's one of our favorites. It's a love-hate relationship sometimes, especially with Kelly. Maybe not so much me. But we got Ultra Cowboy.
Oh!
I'm coming in here because I got to handle this business because my man SneakyGMan's getting out of hand. What's up, Ultra?
Hey, how you guys doing? Great show.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling.
Well, it's because I'm here. That's why.
Question for Sneaky.
What's up?
Sorry about that. I got a question for SneakyGMan. Who did you add to your defensive line? The new addition in the offseason from you.
Who do we add to our defensive line?
Yeah.
But this year?
Who did you add to your defensive line in the offseason? What new addition?
I feel this is a setup question, and so I'm looking at it right now. Hold on a second. So of course we got Aziz.
So if you can remember, which means it's not a highly impactful player.
Are you talking about? No. Wait.
If you did not sack our quarterback the last 2 games last year, you had no sacks. How do you say you're going to get to the quarterback this game if you made no impactful addition to the defensive line?
So I will say this: I was assuming. Okay, that's what I get for assuming. We know what happens when you assume. I was assuming it was a setup question that we might have taken somebody from the Cowboys, and I'm like, I don't remember that happening. But I mean, if you're asking me as an impactful player on defense, like I said it earlier, we got Thibodeau, we got Dex, Leonard Williams, and then hold on, we also
they
got
were out there last year though. This is the same. That couldn't be.
So our major, I mean, one of our major pickups obviously was Simmons, and also on the defense of Sean Robinson.
Bag of weed. So he's a 7th round pick. So Isaiah Simmons got traded for a 7th round pick. So the other question for your defensive line, you say your defensive line is so great. You gave up over 160 yards rushing the football in those 2 games as well. And then you have a secondary that is booty. And you think you're going to guard CD, Gallup, Cook, Ferguson, Vaughn, Pollard coming out of the backfield, Schoonmaker, all those weapons that Dallas has. How are you guys going to actually think it's going to be a close game?
Are
you guys going to
tell me? Ultra, no, he's not making a point. He's not. Okay, Ultra, I love the fact that you said that, okay? But look, the second game, the Thanksgiving game, okay, all of our DBs was hurt. I mean, we had Scotch tape and super glue for DBs on Thanksgiving Day. So I mean, because you're talking about the DBs, but now we got Pinnock, McKinney, Hawkins, and then we got Banks. Yeah, they're rookies, and what better way to put them to the fire is put them to test against the CD Lambs and the Cooks and all that. So it's not. I don't understand why you think it's going to be a walk in the park because McKinney wasn't in the second game. I mean, that's just a case. So. See, I knew someone was going to say excuses.
I'm not about anybody that's secondary. But my last question for you.
Go ahead.
Do you eat Lucky Charms? Do you eat Lucky Charms?
I don't like the marshmallows because it leaves a funny taste on the roof of my mouth. But go ahead.
There's a chance of a leprechaun popping out of your Lucky Charms that you guys beat the Cowboys on Sunday night.
For your sake, Ultra, I hope you're right for your sake. I hope you're right. Because if they're not, I got receipts now. I'll be looking for you. Are you on Instagram?
Ultra's off now, but he's not hard to find. Ultra's
Okay.
not hard to find.
I'll Google him.
This is what I'll say about Ultra. We said it's a love-hate. Him and Kelly get into it sometimes, but the one thing Ultra is, man, he comes bringing facts a lot of times, but if he's wrong, he'll admit it. Now because he rode, Tolbert's ass, called him booty, stink, this, that. I mean, bad pick, terrible decision. And Tolbert's looked good, and he's come back and said, all right, maybe I was wrong about him. We're going to see what he does in prime time, but maybe I was wrong about it. So that's what Ultra does.
So he may be wrong about this one, too.
And if he's wrong, he'd be the first one to say that he was wrong.
Okay, and that's awesome.
Now, I don't think he's going to be wrong.
We'll see. I love this. I hope to God, I hope he better be right. Because if he's wrong, we're going to revisit this. We will revisit this. Go ahead, Kelly.
I just gotta say this, man. I love the confidence that's exuding from you. I can feel the confidence, but sometimes, as a Cowboys fan, I know this and I recognize this because I've seen it before. Sometimes you gotta pump yourself up to make yourself get that confidence. Like I've been there, the Vinny Testaverde years, the Drew Henson, Quincy Carter years. You're pumping yourself. You can't sit there and look at that team though, and look at those rookie DBs, and then look at what's lining up on the other side of them in a CD Lamb and in a Brandon Cooks, who 6 of his 8 years he's been over 1,000-yard receivers on 3 different teams and with some bum quarterbacks. Brandon Cooks is a deep threat. He'd take the top off of defense. You cannot look at them rookies and think that Dak is not going to exploit them, because every time Dak goes up against a rookie DB, that's the first place he's going. He's throwing right at him. And if you bring the blitz, Dak is one of the top-rated passers against the blitz. So they'll be welcoming you to bring the blitz. They'll say, bring the blitz all day. I don't think you guys are going to bring a blitz a lot. You're going to have to depend on your front. And I don't really know that front's going to be able to create a lot of pressure, even if our offensive line is a little bit banged up, just because with this new offense that they're starting to run, it's more of a get the ball out quicker for Dak Prescott, which is going to benefit him in the offense. I don't see how you can – I don't see how you can honestly say that you're not a little bit worried about them rookie corners getting exposed, especially in the first week, because cornerback is one of the hardest positions to play, let alone come into week 1 and start playing at a high level against some of the best of the best. CeeDee Lamb is the top 5 receiver in the NFL, in my opinion.
You done? Okay, I just want to make sure. I picked
up the water, man.
I know. I didn't know if you were going to take a water and continue on. If I had to take a nap or wait. Anyway, look. The thing is this. Look, I'm confident because I see the Dexter Lawrence. Okay, I see the Leonard Williams. I see the Robinsons. I see who we picked up to make a difference on the defense. Now, I'm going to be honest. Look, there's been many times where I'm sitting in AT&T and I say out loud, we got to put pressure on Dak. I'll say that out loud. We have to but when we do put pressure on Dak, now I want to say it was 2022. Okay, it was Diggs' rookie season. We was putting the pressure on Dak. He threw 2 picks and a fumble in the first half. Okay. But then that's when Barkley got hurt. And then that's when Jones got the concussion. And that's when the unwinnable Mike Glennon gave Diggs his next pick. Okay. But that was also the same year that Tony got almost 200 yards of passing. So look, I see the type of pressure that we're going to put on Dak. I don't see his jersey being clean. I'm just saying what I'm seeing. And that's the confidence that's oozing out, because I know what I see. I can foresee the product that's on the field, and I just can't wait for the fourth quarter. Now, okay, and also I want to throw this out there too. Look, I live in Dallas. I know the repercussion is if we were to lose. I've been here when that has happened. Okay, and no, I don't see that happening this week. I have a gut feeling, a strong gut feeling, that I'm going to come to work. Well, regardless, I'm going to come to work with my chin high, regardless. but it's going to be very quiet in my office because nobody's going to want to come and visit me Monday morning. And that's just how I feel.
I don't know. Well, one thing I want to touch on a couple things because my man Cuts by Jones, he's one of our sponsors. He made a deal with you, and it's on his own. There's nothing in return. But he said if by some miracle, which it ain't gonna happen, so I know I ain't worried about it. If the Giants win, he's gonna make you a Giants custom cut. This is some of his work he does. This was what he'll be giving away at the tailgate. He'll be making you a custom cut for the New York Giants. I'd break my heart if he did that, but he's a man of his word.
I like him. Like him.
That's what it is.
Mike, I just gotta tell him, right, get started. You might as well just start it now. I don't want you to procrastinate and wait until the last minute. Just go ahead and start working. Go ahead.
Now you've been talking a lot of noise. Now you're saying you're walking into work a certain way. I want to show you. I know Kelly and I are going to be walking into work like this after we slap you guys around Sunday night.
Keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gangsta. 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 I want to thank you all. I want to thank you. I want to thank you all. I want to thank you. Keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gangsta. Keep it gangsta, dog.
That's how we're gonna be walking into work, man. That's how we're gonna be walking.
You know what? For your sake, I hope so. Because if not, that's how I'm gonna be walking into work. I'm gonna be doing the little crip. I got you. Oh,
hey, so I don't know if it's time for us to give our predictions. But Mike, did you want to give your prediction, and we go around and give some predictions right quick, some score predictions?
No, absolutely. We can give some predictions. Kelly and I went through the schedule, and I had us sweeping you guys. So I'm thinking 27-10 Dallas.
Jesus.
I just don't think you have the firepower. I think your defensive line could get a little funky in the early stages of the game, but I think to Kelly's point, I just don't see your receivers or your cornerbacks covering our receivers. I think Pollard's going to have a nice day. I think we talked about who is going to be.
Give me somebody that's hungry. Give me somebody that's hungry. I need somebody.
The hungry player of the game in his rookie debut, I think going to be Deuce Vaughn. So, Kelly, what do you say?
Well, I can't change off of what I went earlier. Me and Mike we're pretty close. We're 1 point away. I'm 28-10. He's 27-10. So I'm 28-10. I think our offense starts off a little slow. I think it gets off a little slow. I think it's a close game in the first half, but I think in the second half, the defense is too much. I think Daniel Jones is going to struggle heavily against this Cowboys secondary. And, let me just say that I think any quarterback that plays this Cowboys secondary is going to struggle this year. So don't take offense. It's just going to be another quarterback who's going to have a tough time when it comes to this dominant Dallas defense.
The disrespect is real. Okay. Okay. Look. So obviously, don't take it personal. This is just personal business. So, no, I'm kidding. Hey, look, I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a lot closer than you guys. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a tough, hard-nosed NFC East team. Giants 73, Dallas 0. It's going to be really close. But seriously, I'll go 20. I'll go 28. I'll go 20. I'll say 28-20 Giants, obviously.
Man, there ain't no way in hell. You mark the tape. Mark the goddamn tape right here. You guys ain't scoring 28 points. Now, you guys, let's say you win 17-14, 13-10, which I don't think will happen. There ain't no way in hell. Now, watch. Don't make me look bad. There ain't no way.
I was gonna say, for your sake, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I think this is going to be a game throughout. I don't think it's. I mean, that's just how I feel. And I just love the fact again that you guys are not worried about Barkley. Oh, I just love that. You're right. Don't worry about Barkley. I mean, because he's gonna be rushing and running mad this year. mad.
Well, I don't know about that, man. That's
He's playing on a tag. I mean, he's not happy about how his contract went down. He's not happy about the value of the running back position, period, in the free agency market. And the only way that he's going to increase that is by putting his brand and the product on the field. That's the only way he's going to increase it.
well.
We got another caller?
We do. We got
Okay.
David in. Maybe he wants to give a prediction. He might be a Giants fan. Maybe he's got your back. What's up, David?
What up, guys? Oh, hell no, I'm definitely not a Giants fan.
I was trying to make him feel good. Sorry.
Yeah.
David, I love how you say sorry afterwards. Like you really mean that. Like you really mean that. But go ahead.
No. Hey, I'll say this. We all can't be the same fan of the same team, man, or the NFL would suck. So I appreciate Giants fans. I appreciate Phillies. I appreciate them all. But I'm a diehard Cowboy fan, so it is what it is.
Nothing wrong with that.
But
You said but. That negated everything he just said. But go ahead.
No, I like what the Giants are doing as an organization. You have to respect that. They're doing some good things. They've made some good choices. I don't know if Daniel Jones is going to be the dude or not, but we'll see. We'll see. You know what? You never know, man. You never know. So you'll see. I just hate when people hate on people who haven't really accomplished anything when it's hard to accomplish shit in the NFL. The NFL is a tough league to win, man. There's only one champion. And unless you have a Patrick Mahomes or a Tom Brady, it's tough to win. So, everybody hates on Dak, but then again, look at Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's got a 1-3 record in the playoffs and hasn't done shit either. So
no, it's true.
Kind of funny how that works. Everybody loves Lamar. Don't talk shit about Lamar, but everybody talks shit about Dak.
Well, he's got the star in his helmet. He's got this. We know why. He's got the star in his helmet.
Exactly.
So what are you thinking about this game, David? What are you thinking?
I appreciate you guys putting this together. Here's my prediction. I say it's going to be tough. There's really no film study on this new offense. I think you're going to get a lot of 11, 12, 13 personnel. I think there's going to be a lot of play action, a lot of dink and dunk, a lot of ball possession, and I think that's going to really eat away at the Giants in time. And you're going to see one or two big plays based off of play action and getting that defense to bite, and then they're going to hit them on the backside. But I'm kind of in the same boat. I see, close game at the beginning, and then I kind of seen it kind of fading away. Dallas just kind of starts to pull away in the second half. I see a 30-20, 30-21 final. No disrespect for the Giants. I just think that Dallas has roster-wise has more talent. They're better at the quarterback position. They're better at the tight end position. They're better on the defensive side of the ball.
I don't know. I don't know about the tight. I mean, the quarterback.
And I'll give you the tight end if he stays healthy. I
mean, the quarterback. We can always debate the quarterback topic, but the tight end. You're
not going to debate the quarterback topic.
You could easily debate the quarterback topic.
Here's what now I'm glad that I'm glad that we said that, because hold on now, we can. It's a sports podcast, so we there's probably not anything that we can't debate. But did you see the thing? I think it was Tiki Barber. I saw some shit today by Tiki Barber that was on some podcast, and he said right now 100 times out of 100 he would take Daniel Jones over Dak Prescott, and he said that he thinks that most people would agree.
Find me those most people.
I know we got a lot of Cowboys fans in here, but come on now.
But okay, wait. Okay, but hold on.
All right, let's
okay, go ahead, caller. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Then I'll say my 2 cents. Go ahead.
I'm just asking for what reason. What? Give me a reason why you take Daniel Jones over Dak Prescott, and then I'll shut up and listen if it's legit. But I don't see how that's even possible twice.
So may I answer this real quick? And it's not so much Daniel Jones, but I mean, and I know Daniel Jones is the topic here, but let me tell you this: the moment y'all got Trey Lance, you guys were already trying to get rid of Dak, and he hasn't even played he's only played 4 games. I mean, I don't know if you guys are in the inner circle, if you guys hear. Well, I am answering the question. I mean, the fact that hold on. I am answering the question. The hold on. The fact that your people, Dallas Cowboy fans, are already so quick to get rid of. Okay, let me back up. We see the lack of faith you have in Dak yourself, which oozes over to us to saying, hell yeah, we'll take Daniel Jones over Dak. And think of it this way. Let me tell you this. Hold on. Dak has been in the league longer than Daniel Jones has, but the one thing they both have in common, neither of them have one NFC Championship game appearance.
Well,
Not one.
They have something else. They got something else not in common. Let me jump into it. They got one thing they don't have in common. Dak Prescott has never had a losing season. Daniel Jones, I mean, it pretty much happens every year.
Yeah, but Dak has how many coaches in his history? How many offensive coordinators?
Oh, he has had 2.
Exactly. Jones got him beat in that department too.
Oh,
there was no stability. Hey, am I speaking? I mean, I'm speaking facts right now.
It's a typical crafty here. You're not answering the question. Why is Daniel Jones a better quarterback than Dak Prescott?
From a game standpoint, why do you think he's better? From a skill set, how's that?
Why? What? Yeah, give me the reason why.
Well, for one, with a good coach, he could be successful. Daniel Jones right now. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me answer the question. Right? You ask it. Let me ask it. So right now, potential wise, Daniel Jones haven't even hit his ceiling yet. Dak already has.
That's not answering the question.
That is, if you look at potential basis,
Daniel Jones is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott.
Because Daniel Jones has yet to hit his ceiling.
That's hypothetical.
That's all.
That's hypothetical.
How is it hypothetical?
It's hypothetical.
Like what do you? I mean,
Daniel Jones a better quarterback.
And what are we going off of? What are we going off of?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, because look, listen. Okay, I feel I'm answering the question. I mean, am I missing something? Because
David, I appreciate it. Let me jump in.
Please
settle this. I appreciate you, brother, calling in. Listen up.
Right, thanks, David.
So I think what we're talking about is you're looking at if you were going to grab a quarterback right now, if you're going to rank them or whatever you want to do, where are you ranking Daniel Jones and where are you ranking Dak Prescott? If you're going to rank them, who's higher? Right now you got them both on the same team. Team. Right now, who are you taking?
I'm taking Daniel. I got to start Daniel Jones.
Okay.
And the only reason I'm saying that is because if we're looking at the body of work, right, we saw what Dak can do during the regular season. Yes, he is phenomenal during the regular season, but he is not the guy in the playoffs.
All right, so we don't count the Bucs. We're not going to count Seattle. We're not going to count the Packers, which they lost. It wasn't his fault. 3rd and 19. I mean, he brought that team back. He played 2 bad playoffs games. Now, understand, he's on the time is ticking for him. I get it. But he's played 2 bad playoff games against the 49ers. The Rams game wasn't on him. Our defense let a couple scrubs run for like 200 yards.
I was going to say that running defense kind of got you.
I mean, I get what you're saying. Dak Prescott against the 49ers has not looked good. Now you brought up coaching. Now, I'm no expert coach. You probably know more about it than I do. But when you line your offense up inside the 20 with under 2 minutes ago in a zero backfield set and go 5 wide, what the hell is that coach thinking?
Yeah, that's exactly. And I think in the long run too, if you were to take the type of personnel that you guys have, say on the Dallas Cowboys, and you put Jones on there with stability coaching, with actual good coaching. I mean, and I can only go off of last year. Okay, I can't give Daniel Jones the benefit of the doubt during the Schumer year, which the Schumer ended up getting fired that year, or the 2 years under Judge, because we haven't seen what he was able to do. All I really can go off is of last year and how much of a jump he took from the Giants team prior into that poor coaching regime to an actual team, okay, where they built people around him. Look, you even have the owner saying the best way to ruin a career, we did that to this young man. You even have the owner admitting that. And he basically they didn't even sign his 5th-year option because he had to prove it to them. And I'm not saying Dak didn't have to prove it to the Cowboys. Granted, that was the year that he broke his ankle and then he got signed. I was at that game and it literally happened right in front of us, by the way.
Wow.
And I looked at my son. I said, "Don't you say a damn word." Because we were decked out in giant. Anyway, so all I'm saying is I'm really just going off of what Dak has accomplished right now and what I believe what Jones is about to accomplish. And again, I think Dak hit his ceiling.
Okay.
I'm just going to be honest. I think it's coming on the decline now, and where Jones he's propelling up, and that's where I'm coming with my answer.
And real quick, I want Kelly to jump in, but just answer this real quick. Before last, from a viewer, before last season, did you really believe Daniel Jones would be back? Okay,
I'm glad. Great question. Great question, by the way. On my show, I said out loud, I said he has to prove himself. Once we made the playoffs and once he played himself, I said on my show, let me back up. I said if he played so poorly as a team, right? Even if he had an outstanding season, if we were in that top 10 draft pick, he lost his job. Mm-hmm. And the fact that we were outside of that and we were drafting in the 20s, that saved his career. But now let's keep in mind too, this new deal that he got, it's only basically a 2-year contract.
Yeah.
So he has this year and next year, and the Giants can opt out in year 3. So his work is not done. And that's again, that's a little fire. Jones believes he needs to prove to not only himself, but to the fan base why he has earned the money that he's earned. He wants to play and earn that contract.
Kelly, what say you?
I don't, I know, I get all that. I really do, but I've not been, not been a guy who really ever bought in on Jones from the jump, man. I mean, I got a buddy of mine that's a Giants fan, and I go all the way back to draft day when they drafted Daniel Jones. I was like, wow, that was a reach. That was a reach. And it's not that I think Jones is necessarily a horrible quarterback. I just don't see him as a franchise quarterback. I just he's got some mobility. Yeah, he's got some wheels on him. That's for sure. He's got that. I'll give him that. But I just don't see it in the pass game consistently enough to be like, I'm scared of this dude as a thrower of the ball. Like I'm just not. And Dak, I've seen do that. And we can talk about all the playoff stuff. And I keep, one thing that I keep going back to is that when people talk about the playoffs, right? And whenever I say this, I get automatically, they're not in the same category. Not comparing them as players. But at the same point in their career, Peyton Manning and Dak Prescott had the exact same playoff record at this point through year 7. They were both 2-4. I get Peyton Manning is the better. I'm not comparing them as quarterbacks. I'm comparing where they were in their respective careers. And then the second thing is people say, well, yeah, but Peyton Manning had to go up against New England Patriots. That's where them losses come from. No, it wasn't. He had one loss to the New England Patriots at that point in his career. He was 2-4. He lost 3 other playoff games. So 2-4, same playoff record as Dak going into this year 8. So to sit there and say that Dak's hit his ceiling, he can't go no higher. He's at the ultimate spot. People talk about Dak like his career's over. No, but this is the most complete team that Dak has had. So for me, this is Dak's prove it year. He's got to get to an NFC championship game in the Super Bowl.
I've heard that every single year. Let me ask you guys a question. Last year, who was y'all number 1 wide receiver?
CeeDee Lamb.
Okay. Last year, who was our number 1 wide receiver?
I don't even know.
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't even know who your receivers are this year.
Exactly. Well, you'll find out Sunday.
There ain't no way.
But that's one of the things I'm trying to say. What Jones was able to do last year, not only get us to a playoff game, which we haven't been in 6 years. Okay, and that's the difference between the fan bases, yours and mine. You guys already thinking Super Bowl. We were just happy to be in the dance. I'm going to be honest. We were just happy to be there and to win a playoff game again with no number 1 wide receiver. That's huge. And I think, to me, that's the difference between Daniel Jones and Dak, right? We didn't have a number 1 wide receiver, but yet he was able to have the success that he has. I mean, great. Yes, Saquon was part of the offense. That's a given. I mean, he's a team captain, and he is one of the, if not the best person on our offense right now. I think it's between him and Waller now, and I know we talked about Waller and the injuries, or the injuries he had in the past. And of course, staying healthy is huge. But, and that's why and one reason why I say, Dak is on the decline. I mean, he led the league in interceptions last year.
I know, but that was one season. If you look at his,
I know, but and then that was after what, of course, after his injury. I get that, and that's only reason.
Offense, that option offense, where a lot of them could have been on the receiver. I mean, you had Keyshawn, you've had NFL, you had Mike Martz. I mean, you've had a lot of people in the NFL that, and I'm not giving them a pass. Interceptions on the quarterback, that's just the way it is. But I don't think it's a known problem that he's had. I don't know why he gets you bring it up, but I don't hear much about Josh Allen's interception problems. The media doesn't seem to get, say much. So as a Giants fan, would you say that Dak is pretty unfairly treated in the media, or do you think he's getting what he deserves?
Oh, no, I would never. See, I can't. That's the one thing I can't. I'm not going to say that about a quarterback, because you're right. It's hard. Or the caller was right. They it's hard to play in the NFL, or hard to get a win in the NFL. To say something that a man deserves, no. But I live in Dallas, and to be fair, I don't even think the fan base out here is crazy as people would think. I think the people in Seattle are much more crazy about the 12th man than about the Dallas Cowboys. But I digress. No, I don't want to say that it's deserved. I do think, a lot of analysts are, the whole Monday quarterback, think they should, you should have threw it here, should have, do this, do that. But I get that part. But I just think for Dak to come out and say, I'm going to throw less than 10 touchdown passes, or interceptions. I'm sorry, interceptions.
He didn't say that.
Well, I know that was also construed a little bit. He was misquoted, right?
By the reporter.
Right.
They never retracted that, of course.
Right. But I was going to get into that too, although that was misquoted. No, I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I just, just for players to say certain things, to kind of put themselves out there, either if it's through the media or people that don't believe, they kind of do set themselves up. And I'll even and I say that to say Barkley, with his whole contract situation, saying he wanted to be a Giant for life, but they ended up not signing signing up to a long-term deal. And you're sitting there like, what the F? But hold on a sec. Sneaky, we can all agree that regardless, we all hate Shady McCoy. Yes, I hate Shady McCoy. I do. I can't stand him. And I don't know what's wrong with my light. I think I need a new light bulb. But
well, wait. Hold on. You're on the Cowboys cave and the lights went out. What are the chances that the lights went out? It's kind of like what's going to happen Sunday night. We're going to turn out the lights.
You're lucky my Wi-Fi don't go out all of a sudden either. Let me stop. I'm kidding.
No, but I tell you, it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, Sunday night, the Cowboys and Giants, there's been a lot of good games. Now, Cowboys have been on the better side of them. You'd have to agree that on Sunday night. But they've been dramatic. The Witten, I just think back to that Witten touchdown at the last set. There's some good ones. And I think
all Eli had to do was just drop on his knee. Just drop down, let him sack you. Yeah. And that would have ran the clock out. Yes.
And I think Sunday night for you, Eli came in and the Giants opened our season and beat us. And I think he signed it. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah. It's been a lot of fun.
I found out, I recently found out that you guys have been on the losing end of opening night. And it's been a while since you've actually won an opening night non-Giants game.
Non-Giants. It's been a long time.
And when I heard, I'm like, get the what? So now, but that being said, we are due. We are due.
We are due too.
No, you've been done along every single. No, it is.
Opening nights at 0-3. So, but it's going to be fun. But I just want to say, man, this has been the calls. You brought out all the callers. That's what I love.
Well, and you know what, Cowboy fans, I said, don't be scared. You guys weren't scared. And I want to thank you for, also participating. Yeah. Guys, this has been fun. I love it.
They did. They did. And I want to personally thank everybody that was in the chat. And there was also in the call.
Like and subscribe, right, Kelly? Go ahead.
Like and subscribe. But I wanted to thank everybody because, this is a rivalry, obviously, and we talked some smack, but everybody kept it respectful. You know, and that's what I like to see. There was no disrespect here on anybody's. There was no getting out of line, crossing lines. Everybody kept it respectful. You were, you know, I love it. This is what I love about football is that we can give each other shit. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like I said at the beginning of the show, passion respects passion. So I may hate your Giants, you may hate my Cowboys, but I respect you as a passionate fan, content creator, and I'm just thankful. Likewise. Of the conversation that you brought here and with the fans that came in and called in. That was just, it's great. This is what I love about football. Yeah. This is what I love right here.
And all kidding aside, look, you guys do phenomenal work. Kelly, you know, you and I, we went back and forth on TikTok a couple times. That was awesome. And Mike, I love the shit you do when you walk in and you slapping your knees. I know you're sore after you do that. Okay, because we ain't young bucks.
There's some outtakes.
But I love the content, and you know, all kidding aside, you know, yes, it's all one love. It's all for the love of the game, and especially the way the world is today. Good and gracious, and the fact that sports brings a whole different, you know, environment and you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Not just fellowship, but camaraderie. Yeah. I think it's phenomenal. So
no, this was a great time, and this was more than I expected. I'll be honest with you, but I'm a fan of yours, and it's awesome. The one thing I'll put out there, and you don't have to take us up on it. You came into our den, and you had to, you had all our fans, so you're up against it. And I'll put this out if Kelly would agree, and if you want it, we'd be more than welcome to be guests on your show during the next Cowboys game, and you're allowed to return fire if you're up.
But you know what?
But I won't do that.
I was going to say that's anything for love, but I won't do that. Yeah. You know, but I want to say one thing though. Out of the three of us, I'm the one living in Dallas. What the fuck? How is that possible? What?
Well, I will speak for me. I've told this story a million times. I grew up in South Florida, and I got, you know, two older brothers, a younger sister, but my brothers were all pretty close in age and Dolphin fans, and I was a little brother, and we used to fight over stuff. So somehow my mom got me a Cowboys shirt, and I identified with Tony Dorsett, and the rest was history. You know how it is with brothers, you're fighting. So that's the way it's been. And the Cowboys sucked. I mean, I'm an 80s kid into the 90s. So Cowboys weren't very good. When I got to high school, they finally got good, and everyone started wearing Cowboys shit. And so it pissed me off because I was always that one kid wearing the Cowboys stuff getting laughed at.
And you said when you were in high school, right?
My senior year.
High school.
Yeah, senior year on their first one. Yeah.
Damn, that's a long.
It is a long. I believe 27 years. The funny thing is, I'll say this.
See what I did there?
I moved up to Tampa February 1996 for a job. I've been here ever since. The Cowboys have not gone to the last Super Bowl was January 1996. I still live with it that I'm the responsible because I moved up here. They hadn't won since. So there's a lot of things. I'm a very superstitious person, so there's a lot of things that go in my head. You know,
and just for the record, no, I am not from New York. When people ask me what part of New York I'm from, I'm like, right near the beach, boy. But no, I live in my hometown is Service, Arizona, southern or south of Tucson. And I just grew up being a diehard Phil Simms fan, actually. And then Freddie says, "Move back."
I get hate.
Yeah. But no, this has been fun. I don't want to take too much more of you guys' time.
Kelly, just real quick, give your story for the Cowboys. For we got a lot of new people on the show.
Oh yeah. So I mean, my parents were Cowboys fans, so I was kind of obviously just born into it. But originally from my parents are from Texas. I kind of moved all over. I'm really kind of a transplant, but most of my life I lived in Texas. I was actually born in Kansas, but both my parents were born and raised in Texas. Got all my family still in Texas. My dad's up here. Lubbock, Texas, and San Antonio, Texas are the two places that they're at. So got family there. But I watched my first Super Bowl. We was at a Super Bowl party My mom took me to her friends. We was actually living back up in the Midwest. I was living in Iowa at the time in 92, and they were having a Super Bowl party, Cowboys versus the Bills. And she had another friend that was from Texas. They got together, threw a Super Bowl party. And I watched that first Super Bowl. I was only 12 years old at the time, 1992. So that's aging myself right there. But I seen that Super Bowl and I was hooked on the Cowboys at that point. I'll tell you this though. At the time around the early 90s though, I was kind of teetering on the fence, man, because NWA and the whole Raiders, the Oakland
Raiders,
thing. I had a Raiders starter jacket. I had a Raiders, but I saw the Cowboys Super Bowl. I saw Emmitt Smith. I saw Michael, and it was the stars. It was everything. And I fell in love with it right there. Watch them win 92, watch them win 93. Didn't miss it. Missed it 94, 95, came back. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, being a Cowboys fan is the best thing in the world. We win this Super Bowl. We win Super Bowls every year. Little did I know, at the tender age of 16 would be the last time that I would see a championship for this Dallas Cowboys. And now here I am about to turn 43 years old, still waiting on number 6. But I'll never quit rooting for them, man. That's my team. I'm die hard, ride or die. So it's what makes football fun, man. It's the joy, and then it's the misery. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, there's a lot more misery than there is joy when it comes to football. Because winning a Super Bowl,
a lot of misery.
Yeah.
Again, I'll say this.
But let everyone know where they can find you one more time, because I'm telling you, subscribe to his channel. He does, and you have Cowboy guys on there. You do.
I do. I do have Dallas Cowboy Chris. Shout out. He comes on and he does say the outro. Just so you know. So yes, I'm on TikTok, SneakyGMan 11, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube is SneakyGMan. Twitch, it's SneakyGMan with 2 N's. I'm seeing all them comments, and you lucky we're doing a short show because we could be here for hours. And I saw that wide receiver room weak, and I'm like,
it is weak.
I started praying. I was like talking in tongues. Just honestly, you can find me everywhere. And please, I encourage everybody to come on the show. It's an awesome platform for people to come on, talk about their team. I do give Cowboy fans shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Sometimes.
I will be at when the Dallas Cowboy or the Giants come into town. Of course, I will be at that game. And if you guys come into town, I got a perfect barbecue spot that you got to come check it. It's not Hard Eights, better than Hard Eights and cheaper. You can find me anywhere. SneakyGMan or SneakyGMan 11.
Like I said, I'll be at the game against the Giants. It'll be my first time seeing the Giants and Cowboys in my whole life. That I've never seen. That's the one rival I haven't seen play.
I do want to ask you guys. So in the NFC, and I'm sorry, I hope I'm not taking too much time.
No, I can go all day.
What is so? Obviously, I don't just hate the Dallas Cowboys. I loathe them entirely. What is the one team in the NFC East that you guys hate? Is it the Giants?
No.
Philly.
Who's your team?
For me, historically, and it's just kind of lost its luster because of the whole name change and stuff. It was always Washington. That was always the biggest thing. Giants, I never really thought much about them. Philly is really, I think they ride. They go with the tide, right? If they're good, then it gets a little bit more hate. If they stink, no one thinks much about them. The thing I'll say is Philly. I hate them because they just wish they get that acceptance from their big brother. They're like the little brother in the division that just wants everyone. They're chirping at her heels. So to me, Washington historically would be the biggest rivalry for me.
Kelly, what you got?
It's always been Philly, and it's not necessarily because of, it is some of the rivalries we've had over the years with Philadelphia, but more than anything, man, it's really their fans. They're, I'm not going to say all their fans. I can't sit there and throw them all in, but I just get a bad taste in my mouth from their fans, the way they, the way they act, a lot of the ways that they talk, a lot of disrespect, I just feel like they don't respect the game in terms of like whether it be players getting injured, like just stuff like that. It's just, I feel like there's certain things that you respect as a football fan. Like I hate I hate the Eagles players. I hate the Giants players. But if somebody gets injured and I'm at the game, I'm gonna sit my ass down and I'm gonna wait until they get off the field and I'm gonna be quiet. I'm not gonna talk, not gonna clap, cheer, none of that shit right there. And when I see their fans do that, it just disgusts me.
Yeah, they did that to Michael Irvin when he got hurt.
They did it to Michael Irvin, and that's honestly that's when it started for me. When I saw that.
They also did it for Victor Cruz when he got hurt.
They did.
Yeah.
Well, and just in that preseason game, there's a guy getting carted off the field, and their fans are doing the wave, and it's like, what are y'all doing? Like, there's a dude down on the field. When a guy goes down on the field, typically in every NFL stadium I ever went to, the crowd gets quiet. It don't matter who it is, if home player, visitor, and it's just like there's certain things that Philly fans just don't follow. That I feel like are just your basic rules for being a decent person and a decent fan. And I just feel like they don't follow it. So that's, for me, it's always been Philly.
Yeah.
So for me, Dallas, but one thing that's, I got two stories real quick. The one, the kid that asked for DeMarcus to sign his autograph and he was like, get a different jersey, son. That was fucked up. Anyway,
I don't have a problem with that. But go ahead.
I have a problem with that, and I know the kid Miguel. You know, but you know what? But you know what? Though I'll say this: he hooked. I will tell him thank you because Saquon hooked him up the following week. Yeah. But for me, when I went to my first Giant, I mean, believe it or not, I'm 45, and I just went to my first MetLife game in 2021, Thanksgiving actually. And we're leaving, and I got my son and we're walking out, and he wanted to get autographs, and there's a way you got to go to get autographs. There was a flock, I'll say a flock of, hold on, you alone, everyone hates it. I loathe them entirely. There was a flock, meaning like there was a group of women, Eagle fans, and I didn't know where I was at. First time in MetLife, right? I'm curious where we could go because my son wanted autographs, and he's 16, or he was 14 or 15 at the time. Anyway, so I said, excuse me, ma'am, do you know where we go to get the autographs? She turned around and said, who do I look like, you fat mother? And she wasn't thin herself. And she said, your ass look like a football player. And I looked at her, I said, well, you look like a linebacker. And I said, that's why y'all lost. Oh, you only got one Super Bowl, huh? Sucks to be y'all. They said, fuck you. I said, no, I'm good. I have taste. So then I found my way to go, I mean, like, come on now. The game's over. Y'all lost. If you don't know, say you don't know. There's no need to,
No, they did.
I got a little emotional there. I'm sorry.
I went to the draft. They did the same thing. They told my kid to F off while we're walking down the street because he had a CeeDee Lamb jersey. As Bryant, one of those.
Wait, what draft were you at?
The one where where Drew Pearson went off and
was that in Philly?
Yeah, we drafted Taco.
Yeah. Okay. So what I do when I see parents and the kids in Dallas Cowboy gear, I just say to them, that's child abuse. And I'm calling CPS immediately.
Well, and this is the thing, because I was there and I don't know if they were Philly fans or whatever, but you got to think there was predominantly a lot of Philly people there. A guy gave me a pass for me and my kids. So we got up to the front, like the first night. We ended up, my son got on NFL Network. And then the next day, another person said, hey, you were there with your kid, and he gave me a pass, and he got on TV again. So there are good people in Philly. I've got a lot of Philly, friends. There are, but I think they just love that image, and they just feed off it for whatever reason, just to be assholes, and they live it. But what's interesting to me is if you ask Washington fans who their biggest rival is, it's Dallas. Yes, Giant fans, it is too, which I think Giants, I thought they would have said Philly, but most of them say Giants. And then if you ask Philly fans, they'll say Dallas. So it's like everyone in the division hates us.
Yeah, and I have a lot of Giant fans, and it depends on where they live, because the more east you live, the more they hate the Eagles.
Yeah.
And the more west you are, it's more Dallas. But then, of course, south, it's whatever the name is this month. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I know. That's a shame.
I will say that
VMAC, you better hope you might want to get a sweater. It's gonna be sweater weather after Sunday. Sweater weather. Watch.
I think that the Giant or the Cowboys. First of all, I love being one of the most hated teams in the NFL. I love it because I wear my gear out all the time up here in Nebraska, and I get as soon as somebody says something, man, we're getting into a debate about it. I'll clap right on back. But I will say that I do think that the fact that I think the media has definitely helped the Cowboys become more hated because you think about every damn show that you watch. It's Cowboys, like heavily Cowboys. It don't matter what show you're talking to, what sports show you turn to. Any of these sports shows on ESPN, Fox Sports, whatever, they talk about the Cowboys all the damn time. So of course, if one team is getting talked about all the time, you're probably gonna start hating that team. I mean, I know I would.
I think
it was Giants. I'm gonna be like, man, fuck the Giants.
With the addition of social media. And with the many Dallas Cowboy fans, God, you got like cockroaches. You just like scatter everywhere.
Take over everywhere.
I don't want to say take over. You just scatter. Because when you guys lose, y'all hide.
We'll be taking over. The stadium will be taken over.
No. Because when y'all don't win, if y'all go 0-3, y'all hide. But you go on a 6-game winning streak, 6-3, then y'all come out of nowhere,
man, I
right?
That goddamn door when we were at I don't even know who was our quarterback when Dak went down. That was just how hard it was to try and do a hype video during that season, but I still did it.
Well, no, and I think with the fan base, and what I'm trying to get to, I think the fan base of the Dallas Cowboys, because with you guys shooting your TV, punching your TV every year, saying that it's your year. I think that's why people hate you guys so much, and the fact that I don't know if you guys, it's a fact. I don't know if it's true, but it's a fact. Maybe, I don't know. The guy that said that you guys are America's team, he was on mushrooms when he said that, and he also had a little heroin in his system too. I mean, it was, I don't know, maybe found out. I don't know. I can't prove it, but maybe it happened. And I think that self indulgement. I think that's what causes people to hate the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I mean, you always gotta have some confidence in your team. And the way I look at it is, I mean, of course we're saying that this is our year every year because this. You look at the future with optimism. You don't come into the season talking about, we could end up with a top 10 draft pick. And I know you're talking about this. I mean, look at you, Sneaky. You sitting here. Look at how optimistic you are. You're talking about you're gonna beat the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are gonna come in and the New York Giants daddy is gonna come in there and smack them all around and win and be 11 in his last 11 starts. So I mean, look at you. You got yourself.
I'm so glad I finally talked some good into you. It only took 2 hours. Only took 2 hours, Kelly. There is hope. Keep hope alive.
In a season, I've never gone in a season, and I mean, we've had Ryan Leaf and some other ones. I go in to win, and like I said, there's 4 types of fans. I'm the one that's optimist. I'm going in to win. I'm not going in there to lose. I'm not saying this. Otherwise, I'm not watching. Why the hell would I watch?
Exactly.
You have to go in with confidence. And every year we're going to say it's our year. I think the Giants should say that too because, the Giants, the 2 Super Bowls you guys won, I mean, you weren't the best team in the NFL at the time. You had some hard times, but you guys peaked at the right time. You won on a roll. You did me. That was a hard thing to do, but you made me happy when you beat New England. That when they were undefeated, I actually was glad for you guys and glad for the fans because I didn't want New England to have that over everyone's head. So you just don't know, and that's the thing with the NFL is get to the playoffs and. You just
That's
don't
all
know.
that matters.
Giants are living proof for that twice.
You know what? I'm gonna have to echo that sentiment, Mike. This is how I know that I hate Philadelphia as much as I hate them. Is that I was happy when the Giants beat the Patriots. That year that they were gonna go undefeated. I was like, I do not want these dudes to go undefeated. Patriots fans were already getting just almost unbearable with how much shit they were talking about. I've said this before, man. If Philadelphia was playing in the Super Bowl. And ISIS was on the other side, I'd buy a Muhammad jersey. I'd buy an Ahmed Muhammad jersey.
There was a huge debate last year when the Chiefs and the Eagles were playing. People were saying to me, why don't I want to keep it in the division?
No.
I don't want Philly to win.
Hell no.
Are you out your damn mind?
No way.
No.
I was a Chiefs fan for 3 hours. I ain't gonna lie.
I was a Chiefs fan, and I'll say the only reason I was a Giants fan in the Super Bowl is because I hated New England. I wanted the Giants to. I just did not. I was so sick of New England, and the thing I'll say, Giants fans. I'm friends with a lot of Giants fans. They don't have a. They don't have a sense of just that arrogance and just being an a-hole. And I know some Cowboy fans are like that. I mean, every fan base has their share, but New England was just on another level with their people and the Brady and the Bella. And maybe it's jealousy. Okay, I was jealous of their success. I would have loved to have it, but I was just sick of it. So it made me. I was rooting for the Giants. There ain't no way in hell I was rooting for the Eagles in any of the Super Bowls.
Never.
No. I think when the Eagles were not the Eagles, the Patriots, when they were undefeated in 2007, I think the country, unless you lived in Boston, if you didn't live in Boston, you was a Giants fan for 3 hours, and I loved it.
No.
And then even in 2011, when of course Romo had the broken hand, and we beat y'all at home. See what I did there? And then we, won the division. And
that's the thing is that Cabo and the Creighton dropping the pass and just the whole thing with that. That's what I try and tell people. That was the most disappointing, point of the Cowboys fan. If you want to put it one, that was there because that team was ready, and that's why I'm a boomer sometimes because I get infuriated when someone says Romo is better than Aikman because it was a different era. The stats are different. I understand all of that, but Aikman wasn't going to Cabo. Aikman in the playoffs. He elevated his game, and for whatever reason, and you call it what you want. I'm not Romo hating. I got his jersey. I'm looking right at it. I loved him. He saved our franchise from just the bottom of the barrel where we were headed. But bad things happen to him in big games for whatever reason.
And the same thing with Dak now. And it's following Dak right now.
Dak has got to overcome that, and it's something.
Yep.
And I don't believe it's. I think it's just something that just it's in you. And like with Romo with that Seattle, and then obviously the Dez catch when you had. I mean, he went for the home run and Dez caught it. I mean, that's not the bullshit, but he could have took the easier play with Beasley and got the first down and kind of ran more clock and get just different things that just happened. The Bronco game is what I said. That's Romo's career. He throws for 500-some yards, 5 touchdowns. I mean, unbelievable.
And still loses.
And throws a pick for no reason. So anyway, that's.
Yeah, and I tell people all the time when people talk about the Cowboys fans and say, hey, you guys have got obnoxious fans and this and that and blah blah blah. I say, you know what, man? But I don't know that there's, I get it. We've got Super Bowls and stuff, and there's teams that have went through worse. But I say, when it comes to ways you can lose in the playoffs, we've had our hearts fucking ripped out of our chest more than anybody else. We're still here. We're still here. We're still standing. It's one of the most toxic relationships. Where I saw a deal one of my friends sent me this morning, and it said, Cowboys fans will get a divorce from a toxic woman, but won't leave the Dallas Cowboys.
And knowing they won't get a ring.
Yeah,
knowing they won't get a ring
about it because it's like kind of true.
But I mean, I think that's the fandom, though. I mean,
it is.
I wouldn't. I'm not leaving the Giants.
Yeah,
and I'm not even from New York. I'm not. No.
No, but that's the beauty of fans. Now, typically, and I don't know, sometimes we can sneak Jerry in, but I don't know if Jerry's around. Is Jerry up for it today? To just give an observation, maybe of the Giants game, because we got a lot of talk going on. So I don't know if Jerry has anything to say to our special guest, SneakyGMan, about the upcoming Sunday night.
Well, first of all, Sneaky G.
Oh shit.
I just wanted to thank you for coming into the Cowboys cave. But I want to let you know, this Cowboys team is a team of destiny. Okay? It's been a long time since I've had me some glory hole. And I don't know if you... Well, actually, I had maybe a couple... Now I'm talking about the oil fields glory hole now. I have to straighten myself here. But... this team I have put together is going to rival the teams of the 90s. I've Jimmy Johnson wants all the praise for the Super Bowls, and the fans are asking me to put him in the Ring of Honor. But I tell you what, I might put myself in the Ring of Honor after this season because what we're going to do is special, and it starts Sunday night when we take out the New York Giants in the Meadowlands.
There you go.
Yeah, that was a good glory hole. That's why he came up with that.
No, and I just
that was good. That was good, Kelly. That was
Thank
good.
you, man. I got a little bit of a cold.
I wasn't sure.
No, that was good.
That's good. I wanted to say before I did, I didn't want to be remiss to say Casey. She had talked about it. She was attacked at a Philly-Dallas game one time.
I believe it.
And she was 15 years old, and her sister was 10, and they surrounded her and poured beer all over. I mean, that's the kind of fans. Unfortunately, that's why we none of us like Philly. I wouldn't spend a nickel in that place. I'd go to New York to watch the game, but I wouldn't drop a nickel in Philly to watch.
I was told don't waste my money going to Philly.
No, there is no way. So, hey, this was great. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, share, but more importantly, SneakyGMan, he brought it, man. And all the great comments, everyone loved you. So tell him one more time, especially on YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. He's got great content. But one last time before we dip out, where can they find you, especially on YouTube?
Again, everything for YouTube, TikTok, even Twitter, SneakyGMan, Twitch. It's SneakyGMan with 2 N's. I'm sorry, TikTok is SneakyGMan11. Jesus, I'm all over the place. If you need help, just Google SneakyGMan and please follow me. Love to have you guys on the show, guys. This has been a blast. This has been a blast, and I appreciate this. And you guys are freaking awesome. And whenever you find Jesus and pick a better team, it'd be a better relationship.
It ain't happening, and more Kelly's playing injured, and it was Kelly, I appreciate you staying on. This is a couple hours, so I know you're hurt.
I'm good, man. I had a blast. This was my medicine, man. Make me feel better to be able to talk football.
And just to tell everyone in the chat, thank you, everyone. I didn't get a chance to get to all of you, but I mean, it was rocking. The calls, I'm just saying, and hopefully I speak to Kelly, this is what we want. Like when we're talking and we get these rivalries, we want you guys to call in. We want you to participate. I should have got a board up. My son was doing my fantasy draft. He was supposed to do it, but make sure, participate, because that's what we want, man. That's what makes this so much fun. And the 2 hours went by so fast, and we got a great guest, and it just made, and we all could take it. I mean, you had one Giants fan. I thought you'd been huddle up some more Giants fans and plant some calls or something.
Had I known, I did put it out there, like, hey, come on, Leonard, Marshall, come on, you come on the show. Tiki, where you at, Tiki? Maybe next time.
So again, we're gonna head out, but if you caught the show late, next Wednesday we got Mr. Cowboy Bob Lilly coming into the cave, talking to your boys, talking about Cowboys history, what his thoughts are on Cowboys today, all the good stuff. But he is on the Mount Rushmore of Dallas Cowboys, so definitely don't miss it. And then the following week, we got none other than Thomas Hollywood Henderson is going to be coming to the cave. He had to reschedule. He was supposed to be on actually before here, but he had some travel things, and then they've got Gil Brandt's funeral next week, so we pushed him out to the next. Right. So definitely check it out. But I can't thank you enough, SneakyGMan, for coming into the cave.
Before I let you guys go, let's go Giants. Ow! Gotcha.
There's nothing wrong with that. Hang tight. You guys, we appreciate it. And we will leave you. I should have got a Giants one, but I didn't. But we're gonna update this. Kelly and I got work to do, but we'll see you guys next week.
The Eagles getting ready, because you might not like it, but you will learn to love it, because we are the best thing going today. Now can you dig it?